Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Here's another Goodwill video. This is just one Goodwill or one place I went to today. This is a smaller Goodwill, not very large. And it's a little bit further away from my house, not one that I usually include in my regular sourcing route. You know, like I've said before, I only go to generally 4 Goodwills and a giant flea market, where I source most of my items and make over 6 figures selling on eBay. I do sell on Whatnot, but it's not as profitable for me. I really use that platform to just move items. So here I am pulling stuff off the shelves. We're taking a look. There was a clear glass area that was pretty I usually start with, but at this Goodwill there's quite a few people in there. So I started down kind of like the pottery, ceramic. Then I decided just to take a look at the electronic wall. At this Goodwill, I'll usually find 1 or 2 things that are really good. And from here, I've pulled items like what called NAS, or network attached storage devices, which basically means it's just like a hard drive, an external hard drive you would probably plug into your network, and you'd be able to back up your files. I've also found little tiny servers here as well, and those have sold pretty well for me. I'm just looking, trying to see. Usually they have a lot of older tech here, like the stuff I've purchased from here and resold as far as technology goes. It's kind of older stuff, but it still sells. People still look for it. People still buy it. Still perfectly usable. I find this camera here. It's not really anything special. Priced up pretty high. It's by a company called Creative, which I'm not sure if they're still around or if they got bought out. But Creative was really big back in the day, during early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And they're primarily known for their audio cards for computers. And back in the day, when you were a computer gamer, you needed a sound card. Nowadays, most motherboards, I should say, have great sound, already built into it. You don't need an external a sound card, or internal sound card, or external sound card for that matter. And Creative really catered to those people back in the day, because back in the day it was very poor quality on board and motherboard. The sound quality that when you plug in the back of your computer was very poor. And then Creative got into other things, like as you see here, they got into webcams. And I didn't find any comps on it, and they were brand new in the box still, which is amazing because those are pretty old. But they wanted $25. I might have took a chance if it was, around $5. But for $25, $50 for 2 of them, I'm not going to take a chance on that old tech. That's some old tech that's not really, not what I would consider worth reselling, like vintagey. Someone's going to set up a vintage gaming setup. No one's going to look for an old webcam, so it wasn't worth my time. I decided to drop it back. I scanned the barcode initially and nothing came up, so I had to type it in, and there was just nothing there. And then I see this Xbox like controller headset thing, but it was an off-brand. Yeah, gamer's kit, off-brand. No, not messing with that. Very few off-brand stuff actually sell pretty well as far as gamer equipment goes. Turtle Beach is a good one, like for headphones. Steel Series does some great game pads. Excuse me, I had to cough really quick. Always look in boxes, check boxes, especially blank boxes. You never know what's going to be in those things. I pulled some great items like Sonicare toothbrushes, brand new. They're just in a blank box. 2 of them in a blank box. Pulled them out. Those were $100 each. So always check boxes, especially if it's completely unmarked. You never know what's going to be in those boxes. Next part I'm heading over to is the toys, games, miscellaneous stuff. Always check these miscellaneous aisles. There's always something good. Usually, not always. Usually, always something good buried in this in these piles here. Some Goodwills just stuff a bunch of baggies full of stuff and then throw it in these miscellaneous aisles. We found like the tile trackers, like a whole collection of tile trackers for right around like $10 or so. And each one sold for like 25 to 30 bucks. And there was something crazy, like 15 of them in there. We've also found like the security system. I forget what brand it is, but it had a bunch of little sensors. Found that in there. I'm checking out this Netflix. Looks like some sort of Netflix like loot box or something. Everything was tiny in there, size small. Didn't really want to bother with it. Some branded, clothing, like it's branded by a certain company, could be valuable. I've sold some. I actually sold a Netflix vest. I've sold stuff like from Chipotle. I sold a Raising Cane's hat. I've looked at Raising Cane's hats recently. They're really come down in price. But I sold a camouflage Raising Cane's hat for 30 bucks overnight. Now, I'm not finding much. At this location, they do usually roll out some bins and just kind of put them out there for people to sort through. I grabbed this Pottery Barn frame, but I was getting desperate. I was getting desperate looking for something. We made the drive out here. We were kind of in the area eating already, so I kind of felt, let's just pop in and see, because we do find stuff here. It's just today wasn't looking very good. It turns around though towards the end. But I'm grabbing this Pottery Barn, and it's not going to stick with me. That cart looked like large furniture items towards the bottom, so I didn't even bother with it. Taking a look at golf clubs, looking for major name brands. Then I'll look it up. Don't really source golf clubs that much. It's, just the size, the boxes I need. But I will, dive into it if I'm going to be able to make a profit in it. And golf clubs are easy to store. They're pretty, they're all slim. Just throw them in a tall box and put them in the corner of your storage area. You can throw a bunch of golf clubs in one box. And so, I don't see really anything there that's piquing my interest as far as golf clubs. But I have been finding golf clubs lately. I don't know the time of the season, or it's just my area. People are donating more golf clubs. But golf clubs that are generally worth reselling. There's some interesting puzzles here. There's a G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander. They were all sealed and looked like they were kind of, like 80s, 90s inspired. I don't think anything came up with scanning the UPC code, yeah. Which is unusual because it looks really modern. It's by Hasbro. So, I'm just doing voice to type there to try to look it up.
Cobra wants you.
But I don't think anything really comes up. I think I find a comp for pretty low. I mean, they were asking about $11 for these things. So, I found it listed for $60. None. There was one sold, but it didn't come up with a regular search. It was like in the lower part, matching fewer words or something. And it wasn't a good comp at all. So they wanted 11. So there was one for 20, and I just nah, I'm not gonna just look to see what else is there. Giant robot, Gremlin. I mean, they were cool puzzles, but at the end of the day, they're puzzles. Puzzles aren't that great. They aren't fast movers. I've sold puzzles, bought and sold puzzles. It all depends on the price. If they're sold comps, then generally I'll pick it up. But they're slow movers in general. kind of adjusting the camera, also trying to get a glance at shoes, seeing what the shoe game is here in this store right now. You have to take a look at these larger, where they put larger items here at this store. Sometimes things will be hiding, but I don't really see too much here. And again, here on these shelves, I'm looking for computer equipment, just because I found that before here on several occasions. So I'm just checking out, make sure there's no computer sitting here, any computer little server cases. But nothing really. Everything's looking pretty bare. I have found some artwork here. I can't recall the name of the artist, but I have found some art here. That little camera I just picked up wasn't in there. But if you do find those like old, they're called flip cameras, I believe. I'm not sure who they were by. I think it was just like Flip Camera, but they were the main company that owned them was Cisco. Those ones do pretty well. So if you do find them out there, and they really got to work to be a good seller. But I have found them and I have sold them. They're flip cameras, so do look out for them. They do pretty well. Here we come over to the purses, and been doing pretty well with purses lately. I highly recommend you guys, look at purses, get to know purses. There is big money in purses, and I'm going to come to one soon here in the video. But there is big money in purses and wallets too, surprisingly. Look out for them. Wallets are great sellers, and if you find the right wallets, you could be selling them for $25, $30. Wallets here are generally priced not too bad, around $4 to $5 a wallet. This is a Le Sportsac crossbody. Le Sportsac is a good brand. It's not going to be a high seller, high profit, but Le Sportsac gets a lot of views. This style, this like cheetah or leopard print style, is a style that just really never goes out of style. Everyone always looking for cheetah or leopard print. There's some designs and styles that will eventually fall out of favor, but animal print, for some reason, there's always a buyer for animal print stuff. I don't have my camera here on a wide view, so you're kind of getting the how I normally shoot like my what sold videos or what I bought videos, and I realized it after the fact that I didn't have a wider view on my camera. But Le Sportsac, look out for Le Sportsac. They do a lot of collaborations. I just sold a Gwen Stefani Le Sportsac gym bag, and I think that one went for about $70. And then I sold Le Sportsac Tokidoki. That sold for $109, and that was a gym bag as well too. So look out for Le Sportsac. Gets you a lot of views. Something small like that, probably about $15, $20 the most. Popping over to the glass over here. Their glass area, this one is not very exciting at all. I really don't care for it, but I have found stuff there, so there's someone there kind of hovering around me. Again, take a look at purses. I see this Coach bag. It looks like a nylon Coach bag. Modern Coach bags are just, it's kind of, I wouldn't even say hit or miss. It's kind of just a pass for me, unless I get it at a good price, and maybe at a not even at the flea market do I get good prices on Coach, but at a garage sale or something, you can find good prices on Coach stuff. At the Goodwill, they'll price it up. It'll be priced. I'm not sure what the price was on that, but I couldn't really even find a comp on it. I'm trying to scan it really quick just because it's a unique style. It's a bright color. But I tend to stay away from modern Coach. It's just not, it's not going to bring me the profit that I want when I'm, spending 40, usually about 40 or 50 bucks on an item. Checking out the jewelry, nothing really exciting here in the cases. They tend to put some glassware in the cases, which I don't know why. It's not exciting glassware, but they do it here. They don't do it at other Goodwills in my area that I see. I spotted a pair of shoes. You know, the camera angle's not the best. I really going right up against the pants, Dockers, and khakis. I thought I was getting those shoes in the thing, but I had like a Star Wars logo on it. But they were just Sperry's, Sperry. Nothing exciting there at all. Heading back, I'm going to see if I can go hit those aisles that I missed because too many people were in those aisles. Looking for, I found some Pyrex here. I found some Starbucks, Disneyland mugs. They do sell the "You Were Here" or those location mugs for Disneyland, but you have to get them at Disneyland. So if you do find them out in the wild, they generally command a bit more of a premium, just because you had to have gone to Disneyland to even, buy those mugs. So I'm searching. Also with those some of those mugs here, they do have Star Wars versions, and those Star Wars versions are actually places from the Star Wars universe. So if you do see those out there, Starbucks, Disney, Star Wars ones, definitely a pickup. Those are ones you can only get at Disneyland or Disney World, I should say too. I'm pretty sure Disney World. I have I have not been to Disney World, only Disneyland. So that's what I thought was a tumble up, but the cup didn't match the thing, the decanter or bottle parts. Okay, let's check out that candle. Nothing really exciting. I finally find something of some interest, but I'm gonna look down here in a second. Come on, where? If you guys spot it, it's that Lee Max box right there. There you go. I see Lee Max. I hear something kind of jiggling in there. So I'm a little worried, but I'm going to check it out anyway. It's a Lee Max. Definitely look out for Lee Max. Halloween, Lee Max Christmas. They make some just general Lee Max city, towns stuff that you can just set out almost year round. Priced okay. It was about $16. I didn't really see the tag there. So price not bad, but let me go and take a look. Let's see. Looks like it's been used, even though it's wrapped in plastic. The cord wasn't wrapped up, so more modern versions are LEDs. These older ones usually just have a light bulb that you fit into the back. And if you can see there's a white spot on there, and there was a sign that's supposed to be glued there, and the sign was floating around. That was what was banging around inside that box. Now, repairing these is fairly easy. I mean, I don't want to say they're cheaply made, but they're cool. They're really cool, highly collectible. Easily repairable. I could have repaired that, taken that home, repaired that piece. But I just didn't find any sold comps on it. A bunch listed. I didn't find any solds at $16. I might have taken that if it was less than 10, just because it is a larger item. It is Lee Max, so it has more of a premium name. But I'm not going to take it. I'm going to go ahead and put it back. And if there's already one piece broken, highly likely there's another piece broken in there. These pieces do break rather easily. I have many Lee Max pieces, and it wasn't one that we wanted to add to our collection. So I'm going to go and put it back because of the price, because of the broken piece, and I don't see any sold comps on it. So again, strike out. Take a look at this box here. It's just a Martha Stewart. Nothing very exciting. I'm getting desperate. My goal is to not walk out with that Pottery Barn frame. I don't like frames. But frames sell. I found frames that have sold. They're not crazy sellers, but they do move, and for the right price, you will make money on them. I'm moving through. I'm looking for Pyrex. I found Pyrex here before. Good Pyrex. Nothing. We're moving on down. I'm back in the electronics section, checking to see if I missed anything. You definitely want to make a few passes when you go to Goodwill. because sometimes there's stuff hiding and sometimes you just miss stuff. You know, it happens to me all the time. I'm just walking by and I'm like, how did I miss that? Or my wife comes by and she's like, look what you missed. It happens. So always go back and double check. Here I come over to the bags now. Now here we go. Here we go. This bag right here, I found this with the sporting good bags. This is a Brighton. I'm going to show you the tag right now. There you had a little card in there. This is a Brighton purse. Look out for Brighton. You want to, this purse happened to be a higher end purse. Look at the comps I'm pulling on there, around $250 for that purse.
Oh.
Now,
What brand is it?
Brighton, they make jewelry, they make purses, they make glasses bags for glasses, coin purses. I've sourced all that stuff, and generally like the little coin purses, the things I've got for about $2, resold $30 to $40.
She'll probably like it.
I have purchased Brighton purses before. Generally, they're up there, $50+. This one here just happens to be, I don't know, a unique style. Didn't see it at around when I first grabbed it. Didn't see the comp at around $250, but after looking it up really quick, I had to Google image it. Here we go again. They rolled out a bin. I found all these Nike golf clubs. If you only source one type of golf club, look out for Nike, because Nike does not produce golfing equipment anymore. So all their golfing stuff is usually a little inflated on eBay. I mean, it's not crazy money, but it's still going to be good money. Probably $30 or $40 a club. Here we have a Tory. I always forget the name. I always want to say Tory Burch, but it's not Tory. Is it Tory Burch? Yeah, Tory Burch. I get confused with the other name. But we found a Tory Burch.
I kind of ended that voiceover a little odd. I was watching the video as I'm doing my voiceover, and it just went blank. I didn't anticipate that the video ended. I'm like, So nothing scripted here, but here's a little more deeper dive into what we purchased to resell, and some things I did not explain or show in the video, but we got here. This is also a Brighton. And just like what's that other brand? I always forget the name. Vera Bradley. It has a bit of a distinct design to it. A lot of floral patterns. Usually you have like leather with canvas, and you'll see Brighton. I mean, it'll have the name. You can see Brighton there. You don't really have to worry too much about Brighton's being faked. It's not a brand that... I haven't come across any Brighton fakes, and I really haven't heard of any Brighton fakes. But, I mean, I guess it's possible, but it's not really something that is faked. So, $16.49 for this bag. It's more of a tote style, canvas, leather straps. As you can see, it kind of has a similar tag to Coach does, and has a magnetic clasp here. This one here goes for $50 to $60, so make sure it has the charms. They usually have charms. Definitely will increase what you can get for it if it has all the accessories with it. One of the biggest things about purses that you need to watch out for are the if they have a crossbody strap. And so definitely take a look. They'll usually have like a little, clasp on the side, on each side where the crossbody will connect. If it's missing that, that's going to be a huge, it's going to be huge to its overall value. And it's going to make it less desirable to customers. So usually I'll pass on lower end purses. They're missing that strap. It really depends on the profit margin as far as the strap. As far as having the strap or not having the strap. This one doesn't have a strap. It's a tote style shoulder bag, and just really nice. It has a nice like braided shoulder strap here, and that's what you want to look for when you're looking for purses, is the quality of the purse. And when it comes to leather, it's a little more easier to determine that because you can really tell like the difference between cheap leather and good leather, and what's fake leather and what's real leather. So definitely do your homework, you know, get out there, do research, get out to stores where you find legitimate designer brands, and just, you know, get a chance to feel them and see what they're like. But Brighton is definitely a brand to look out for, especially when it comes to purses. I've sold the Brighton jewelry before, and it's not that great. It is good if you can get it for the right price, but it's not as good as the bags, coin purses, the wallets, coin wallets, eyeglass cases sell amazing. I sold an eyeglass case for $30 the other day. So Brighton, look out for Brighton. Now the other big hit is a Brighton, and I showed this in the video, and you know, things weren't looking good at that Goodwill until I found this. Boom, this is the heavy hitter right here, the big score. And this is a Brighton for $16.49. We're looking about comps at about $2.50 for this purse here. I mean, it's a really nice purse, and you know, it kind of feels almost as if it hasn't even been really used. I'm going to do a little bit more. It has this really cool like magnetic feature here, and it still has some of the plastic. It's a really, I don't know if it has been used or not. It looks like it has maybe like some pin marks in there or something. Maybe it was used and then just stored away. But it's a really nice, it has tons of pockets in it and everything. Definitely looks like it has been used, so I can't sell it as new. But it has some staining on there, but nothing that won't take away from it. I mean, a lot of the leather is still pretty good. So it's a great leather feel. Brighton again. It's going to have Brighton all over it, so keep your eye out for Brighton. It's got tons of pockets on this one. This is a really nice purse. Heavy leather. The leather is heavy on this one, and it's got like a pebbled leather. This is what this it's pretty common among leather to have this kind of texture, and it's called a pebbled leather texture. So when you're doing your listing, you can list it. You can say pebbled leather. It's got the shoulder strap or the crossbody strap. Like I was saying earlier, make sure if a purse has like these little, you know, the hardware on this side like this, make sure the strap is with it. Check the strap as well too, because sometimes in drier climates, you know, the leather will start to dry out, start to crack. Sometimes they'll just do that just based on age. I live, you know, close to the ocean, so it's pretty, you know, there's not a lot of humidity here, but there's definitely moisture in the air. So our leather products here do take a while to deteriorate, but they still will deteriorate. So keep your eye out for leather cracks or anything. If it's been cracked already, depending upon the style, the brand name, it still may be a pickup, but if the leather's too far gone, it might not even be worth it, depending upon what you're paying for it. Make sure it has the charms. Look at the charms. It says Brighton on the charm. Scan this one in. I scanned this one into Google Image, and that's how I figure out what style it was and what to look up on eBay. But Brighton purses, I mean, this was that, as you saw earlier, that store's always hit or miss. But I shouldn't say hit or miss. We always find something there. There's always something at that store. We'll be walking around the store, and then boom, there's something there. And usually it's electronic stuff, but this time, boom, a Brighton purse. And this wasn't even in with the purses. This was with the sporting goods. If you saw in the video, I was in the sporting goods section when I found this purse. So you've got to look at every single aisle when you're at a Goodwill, a thrift store, you're at the flea market. Check everything out. You never know what you're going to find and where you're going to find it. We got that one there. I got the other Brighton purse. That was in the sporting goods section as well too. Crazy. Then we were there long enough. We saw the bins come out. They roll. Oh wait, here's this monkey. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with this monkey face. This is a Paul Frank design, and this is a bit older, almost 2004, so it's almost vintage. And I did comp this one out. What do we price? $5.29 was what we paid for it, and it should go for about $30 to $40. Just a nice little handbag. Paul Frank, early 2000s, Y2K. So that's quick and easy to store, quick and easy to send off. You know, we'll see what we get for that one. Then you saw me pick up the Les Sports Sack. Definitely keep your eye out for the Sports Sack. They do a lot of collabs, so keep your eye out for the collaborations. They've done one with Gwen Stefani, which I sold one of those. They do Tokidoki. Those Tokidokis, they go for about $100, so keep your eye out for those. And Tokidoki is it's similar to what I call it. I think of it similar to Hello Kitty or Sanrio. But see, I actually have a hat right here too. We just picked up, and I mean, I wouldn't know that's Tokidoki unless it was branded on the back, say Tokidoki. That's what you look for. It's not, it's not like that. It's not necessarily a bolo, but some of their collaborations, if you find any of their New Era hats or Les Sports Sack collabs, those do go for pretty good money. So Tokidoki is something you definitely want to keep your eye out for. But look it up when you see it. Look it up on Google, Google Image it, or if you already know what it is, eBay search it really quick. Get the comps on that and see what it's priced out at. Then was in the video. Yeah, this was briefly in the video here. This was a Tory. I always get this name confused with another designer, but it's Tory Burch. Tory Burch. And this is actually my first Tory Burch purse I found, or I should say, not necessarily that I found, but worth picking up, because how much did I pick it up for? I don't know if I showed the price on $12.19, and this is like 50 to 60 bucks right here. So it does have some wear and tear on it. I don't even know how you get a purple on this leather. What are you wearing to have the purple rub off of this? But now with Tory Burch, you're going to see this symbol a lot. That's Tory Burch symbol. Also does shoes. Don't know what else. It probably does jewelry and everything, but I'm unfamiliar with that. But you want to look out for this symbol. But there's a lot of, not fakes, but I guess a lot of people that copy this symbol. So you got to be careful. And usually they'll have the symbol, but the name will be different on the inside. So we scoped this out there, found this in a bin. The leather's a little, it's kind of, it's not, it's been used, so, but it's still a good purse, still got good use out of it. It has all the zippers are working great. Has the strap, most important. The lining looks good. Still good on the inside, and it's all black too, so black definitely helps because it hides all the staining, if there is any staining or anything like that, or the wear and tear. So just a great purse here, Tory Burch. That really, I'll have to double check. I'm not even sure if that's really, it doesn't really quite feel like leather. It feels more like faux leather. I'm gonna have to double check on that. Just doesn't feel like leather, but a Tory Burch. This is my first one that I found out in the wild that's even worth picking up. So that was a good find right there. That'll bring in some good profit for the price that I paid for it. Random belt. I think my wife got this. Not worth reselling, but definitely worth it if you're shopping for yourself. T-shirt, I think that one of my kids probably got. Again, kids shopping, back to school shopping. See. Then Lucky Brand. Lucky Brand isn't necessarily a bolo, but this was a nice clean purse for $8. Resells for about $30. I was already on a purse roll, so I was like, why not? It's practically brand new, and it still has like the tags and everything in it, so I can sell it. I don't know if I won't be able to sell it with tags. I'll just be able to sell it without tags, because it really hasn't been used. And I'm gonna go $30 on this purse, so it's a good price. I mean, it wasn't bad. $8.09. We've just been doing really well with purses. I'm just gonna keep it going here. So that was a good pickup, and it's crossbody. Make sure you use that in your description, or in your title, I should say, because the longer straps and generally are more preferred. So if you have a crossbody strap like this, the one that can go crossbody when you wear it, definitely list that in the title. That is a keyword, and people will be looking that up. This was one that I grabbed, and just based on the feel of it and based on the look of it, it gave me pause, and I better look this up. Something about the feel. It's leather. It's old leather, and I was like, all right, let me just look up this name really quick. So I looked up the name, and sure enough, this is a. I mean, it's older. It's about 10 years old, a decade old. But I looked it right up, and it's worth like $75, $80, $90. I'm gonna try to find the good matching comp for this, but it still has good paper in it. I think only one written on. I don't know, a few written on, I guess, but still has paper in it. It has the matching ruler. I mean, look out for this brand if you find it. I never found it before, but Filofax, Lockwood. Not too many people use, little personal planners, or what would this be, like a planner or a notebook or address book. Great little find there. So another like $100 or so. And then of course, also you guys saw in the video when the carts came out, a big old stack of golf clubs came out, and they're the Nike ones. So it's upside down. Nike ones. So look out for Nike golf clubs if you want to get into golf clubs. Nike, they don't make them anymore, so they are a bit desirable. And Nike is Nike. Nike is always going to be in style. Everybody's always going to want Nike stuff, Nike gear, Nike shoes. But their golf clubs, they don't make them anymore. They don't make golf bags or golf gloves. So golf balls, they don't make those anymore. So be on the lookout. It's not like crazy valuable, but like these ones here, I found 8 irons, and they go for 40 to 50 bucks. Maybe, I saw some comps around 35, 30. So between, $30, $40. And they're priced up a bit more than what golf clubs usually are. They're usually about $4 and something cents. But this one's $7.09. Not bad. I'm still looking to hopefully make about 20 bucks a club on all these clubs. So Nike golf clubs. You never know what you're going to find at the Goodwill. Even though it looked like a bad day, it looked like, man, why did I even come here? But, my luck turned around, quickly. After went through it once, started going through things twice, found the Brighton purse, and then everything snowballed after that. Then we just started boom, 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 hit. And then we got the golf clubs. So pretty good day at the Goodwill. I was going to film at the Goodwill today, but I didn't have my camera with me. We still went, though. Still got to get out there. We're still getting out there looking for those great finds. Got a great find, which I'll feature in a video. And I will hopefully get to the... No, I can't get to the Goodwill tomorrow because I got to work tomorrow. But I will have a Goodwill video hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday or so. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Excuse me. Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate the comments down below. Subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.